Hey guys, hope you're all well. Welcome back to another P3D video. We are no longer recording in prepared version 4.5. Welcome to prepared version 5. We are at Chicago in the BA 747, the Queen of the Skies, and we're flying this One World livery back to Heathrow. And for some reason, not too sure why, I loaded into the PMDG aircraft, and registration is Golf Charlie India Victor Bravo. When I selected Golf Charlie India Victor Charlie in the aircraft sector, so oh well. Repaint's a little weird. Does it say Charlie in the VC? It does. So kind of weird, but yeah. This is prepared version 5. Pretty cool, right? Yes, this PMDG aircraft is not technically been updated to be compatible with version 5, but I found a way to trick the system and get it compatible. So here it is. Get the catering on board for our lovely flight off to Heathrow, back to Heathrow, I guess I could say. The reason why I'm doing this flight is because the most viewed video is Heathrow to Chicago in the One World BA trip 747. Kind of thought, what's the first full flight video I should be doing in V5? And I thought, let's do the return. So it looks like catering is done. So let's go and get the aircraft set up and let's get out of here. One thing to note, Active Sky is not compatible yet, so I do not have a real world weather. I've tried my best to get it to be as real world, but it won't be live updated, if you know what I mean. So that's one little drawback right now for jumping onto V5 instantly. Who knows if the open beta will be released or the new product would be released by the time this video is released to you guys. So external power on. We're not a cargo, so we can get both on. I get standby power to auto. And I want to make sure I should just wait for the FMCs to power up back on here. I just want to check my IRS settings are as they should be. So just wait for it to power up. Come on. I don't need to hold that. There we go. It just came up instantly. Go to, I think it's options, simulation, IRS options, real. There we go. Now I'm happy. Align the IRSs. So align, nav. Also, nav light can go on. Packs to stay off. Don't need any other lights on. We can get the logo light on. The logo light on like so. Window heats can go on. And the MOTS lights aren't. And that's the overhead sorted for now. The time currently is 0037 past midnight UTC. So it is a bit of a sunset here in Chicago for our nighttime flight back to Heathrow, that is. We should be landing in the morning past sunrise. Anyway, let's go and close up these doors for the catering vehicles here. And let's go and request boarding. Let's set the payload as well. So I do want to make sure it is in kilograms. I think it did say it. Yeah, it was. So let's do the fuel first, actually. So fuel on board. 93 tons and 200 kilograms. Because I don't have the winds at cruise, and normally it'd be like cruising like an absolute beast, about 100 knot tailwind. I have no idea how this is going to play out with no real world weather. I'm going to try and edit it, but yeah, it may be longer than what it would normally be. So, but yeah, so I gave myself an extra hour of fuel if required. Zero fuel weight is 222.9, gives us 211 people in economy, 48 people in the business class and 16 in first class. So total passengers on board, if I go and put that into the calculator, because you can have 3 numbers at one time, not me. 275, okay, like so. My numbers are like, so this is 1 for my view to go to the aircraft, and click the number 2 goes to the wing, and 3 does that, which is why when I type in my passenger number, my aircraft just goes does something. Let's go through all the views there. Dynamic lighting in V5 is a whole lot different than V4. So certain lights tend to be, well, that just splits out. Certain lights seem to be a bit brighter or a bit dimmer or just over ballooned than expected. But this one seems a tad too bright, but actually it looks really nice. So that's all good. We've got a Frontier A320 over there and Spirit A321 in the old livery, but whatever. And yeah, I tried to get AIG working, not just because in V5, but I just trying to get it working, and I get AIG working in the sim. However, for some reason, it doesn't like being told like a maximum number of aircraft to spawn in, which does kill your frame rate. I know there's a setting in FSDreamTeam PC which I can max it out, but that doesn't seem to work. I could be doing something wrong, or AIG just bypasses FSDreamTeam PC, so who knows. That's why I'm back to Ultra Traffic Live, because actually I know I can lock the aircraft and not destroy my frame rate. There's also the other setting that AIG says you can do, which is within the configurator, and it shows you can change it, but it doesn't work. So anyway, so I'll leave AIG for my model matching for online. Let's put in what have I put Miami? We're at Chicago, like so, and then we put the GPS position in like there, and then company route is Chicago to Heathrow, like so. Runway for departure, I have no idea. Let's go and check out the charts. The charts are always good at telling us what runway we should be departing from. Also, there's many runways, so at Chicago it's kind of nice to have some charts for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runways. Anyway, what has SimBrief calculated for our departure? Well, apparently there is no departure SimBrief. Okay, thank you. I guess at Chicago there's only like the weird 1 O'Hare 5 departure, which just takes you off to different waypoints. I wish I can go and check Active Sky to double check what runway I'll be using, but I can't because I don't have Active Sky because there is no winds. What I can do though is skip the video and see you in a moment. So the winds are 040 at 8 knots, which means we can depart out of technically any of the runways. So the 10s, the 9 and the 4s, but we'll be taking off on 10 left. It's the longest runway and had a chance of us actually departing today. So 10 left into there, and then our flight number is Speedbird 294, like so. Activate that and execute it. Perfect. We'll just double click the 0 fuel weight. Reserve fuel is 4, and our cost index for our BA flight, well, SimBrief loves to give us a nice high cost index of 320, but we are flying eastbound, which a high cost index isn't really required. I think BA used something around about 100 or something, maybe less, maybe 80. Let's put 80. Actually, no, I'm going to stick with a higher cost index because, you know, we didn't have the winds. We don't have Active Sky. Initial cruise altitude today is 350, so we'll put that in like so. And we'll go to the thrust limit page. We'll hold it there for now. Go over to this side, go to the FMC and departure and arrival, and we'll put in the 10 left runway. There is no SID. It's just, well, there is technically a SID, which is the O'Hare 5 departure, but it just takes you off to the first waypoint, which is E-Bake for us. E-Bake, baking a cake. 350 is easily accessible. I can enter in the winds once I get the dating up and running, but I'm not actually going to do that because it's going to mess up my progress. Actually, well, I don't know. I'm change my mind. I am going to do it. Let's just go and put in this first. I'm going to do it because I have kind of put some winds in. We'll see what it's going to do. So why have I put BAW as BA? Estimated time of departure, well, 15 minutes from now. We'll go on the hour, hopefully. Estimated time en route is 7 hours and 3 minutes, but who knows what it'll actually be. If it's faster, I'll be so surprised. If it's slower, then yeah, that's expected. So that to 2000, that's the standard. Weather turbulence. Then that can go to the UE status once. Wait, why can't I not connect? Maybe it's because I'm on V5. That's possible. Or Iris is unaligned. That is also possible. Cool. Let's go and get the APUs powered up, shall we? 60% of passengers are cargo or boarding, so we get the APU fired up. What I have found in V5 though, even though the performance is great, it tends to load up the aircraft textures a bit slower than V4. Not necessarily outside, exterior wise, but interior, like VC textures take years to load. Don't know why. But that could be fixed in the hotfix, or it's just the thing that DirectX 12 does, or I don't know. Anyway, let's go and open up my QSIM planner. And oh, just cancelled it because I need to get to the right view. And then we can get our takeoff calculations set up. Actually, if I need to go back to the takeoff page here. And then I can see I can't see that weight. Let's go to the perf page. Current gross weight is 316.1. Gotcha. 3161. Oh, not like that. Like that. Takeoff, we can start with D-rate 2. We'll be using flaps 20, but we can't select it. So just ignore it. Packs will be on. We'll be departing out of Heathrow. No, we're not. We're landing at Heathrow. We'll be departing out of Chicago at 10 left. With a slight slope, we'll download the METAR, 0408 knots, 2 degrees, 2991. What have we got on here? 2991, nice. And we'll calculate that. Can't do it, let's try D-rate 1. We can do it, nice. With 1,000 meters left of runway, we're going to do D-rate 1 with set temp of 45, and we'll be doing flaps 20 as well with that. So D-rate 1, 45, set temp. Gives us an EPR of 1.56. It does say climb 2, but I'm going to set climb 1. I'm not climb out 2 solely. Flaps 20, like so. And double click the CG. And there's no next page. We can put the headwind in. I wish it showed you like a headwind, a calculated headwind, but it doesn't. 0408 knots. I think if we're heading 100, I guess net headwind would be about 3 knots. I'm not too sure on that, but and also the slope is down of 0.2, like so. Awesome. And there's not going to be a shift of runway length as well. We're going to do full length departure. VWARs can go on 10 nautical miles data on this side, and then the right side we'll get the VWARs on 40 nautical miles and the terrain radar on as well. RSs have a line, which means we can actually connect the ACARs, which is nice. We can get the UE status once that's done. Go back to FS actions and we'll go to the doors page. Why not? Actually, let's go over to the ground connections. We'll set the parking brake and we'll get the AP generators on. And we can let the air conditioning unit and the ground power disconnect. Like so. V1 142 rotating at 153 knots, and our V2 speed is 162. So we get 162 in our V2 speed up here. And we will get the runway heading of for 01 left at 093, like so, and the initial climb clearance, it will give it to us ATC wise. Actually no, top altitude 5,000, I've just found it in the charts. There we go, charts very useful, highly recommended. Awesome, there we are. That's the MCP set up. We should get the flight directors and the NFV now armed. Why not? And now we'll just wait for the rest of the passengers. Now we've got the AP. We need to get the packs on. Like so. Still got a ton more passengers to get on board. We'll just wait for them. We can actually close up the cargo doors while we're waiting. Like so, and the bulk as well. Like that. Seatbelt signs can go on. Thank God they didn't figure it this time round. I always like to figure it in the Sim 4. I don't know why I keep doing it. Look at the pink on the clouds. What a departure this is going to be. Chicago City in the background. So yeah, awesome. For those wondering if my bloom is too high, you can see it's blooming quite a bit on the tail there. My bloom, if I turn it down, it's just like 0.05 what I had in V4. I don't know. Well, to be honest, it kind of looks better, but I kind of like the bloom now. The HDR is a bit better. However, it's a bit too bright for now, which obviously they need to fix the dynamic lighting. So just give it time. New hotfix, not hotfix, just update from PMDG. Hopefully it'll be all good. Anyway, we've got about 85 passengers left to get on the aircraft, and then we'll be on our way. You'll see the beautiful night lights, the pink sky, the clouds really. The sky is kind of bluish, purplish, and there's orange clouds up higher. I love how there's like no clouds directly above the airport, but surrounding the airport there is. That's nice. Anyway, I'm going to skip the video until all the passengers are on, so I'll see you then. Alright, the sun has set. Boarding is complete. Well, it's not set properly, but it's set enough that it's no longer pink outside. Yeah, well. Boarding is complete though. Let's go inside the cockpit. Let's go close up the door. Let's actually arm all these doors. You can click arm all once it says to. There we go, arm all doors. They're all armed, they're all closed. Ground connection, remove the wheel chocks, and request a pushback. Jetway's going. Beautiful. You can go and sit on the UE status like so. Get our block time and our flight time up on there. Awesome. Let's go and get some lighting up on the on this VC. There we go. Now I can see so a lot of buttons. And what I also found in V5, there's a little flashlight, which is very useful once it comes to nighttime cargo flying, for example. When there's no lighting, there's no lights to light up your VC at nighttime, or just it's generally dark and you can't really see anything. So it's the / button next to your shift key. Initially it will turn on this light, and then click it again and it goes red. Click it again and it's gone, which is really cool. And there's the left. Let's see how GSX does our pushback today. Make sure no AI is going to destroy us on our pushback. Seems to be fine, so parking brake is released. And off we go. Starting at will. Just before we get started though, let's go and turn off the packs. Get all the fuel pumps on. Actually, do we have fuel in the centre? Should check that first of all. We don't, but we still got more in main 2 and 3 than 1 and 4, so keep the overrides turned on. We'll get the AUX and the AUX on. These can stay off for now. AP obviously stays on for an engine start, and we all look good. So we all look good. We all look good to start the engines. So start number 4 and 3. Start the timer. Put the engine page up as well, and you can see that's all starting up nicely. So we can bring up number 4 and 3. Don't worry. Oh, gear disagree. I've just noticed that. I haven't been looking at all at the gear because you guys can let me know how long it took me in that whole setup to notice that the gear was set to up. Luckily, it tells you. I would have never noticed that. I guess it's a P3Dv5 thing, but you know, like I said, I'm not going to moan because this is a V4 port. Anyway, 4 and 3 is starting up nicely there, which is good. Very good. This guy seems to be walking super fast. The pushback tug is going too fast, this dude. Also, I think GSX seems to up. No, it was going a bit weird. Now it's fine. Pushback isn't too bad though. Nice. That's the beacon light work on. It's not too bright, not too bad. So that's all good. Like I said, remember how I said the lighting takes the text load in a lot longer than V4 would have done. A bit weird. Let's need to get some power lights on now, so let's go do that ourselves, like so. And I think we can start at number 1 and 2, so let's go start at number 1 and 2. And that's coming alive. Just bring in the fuel instantly. Park brake is set. And we'll get some of these lights on. These lights on. That seems all good. A bit too bright there. A bit brighter there. Awesome. Like so. All good. Lovely. I mean, this is Chicago. It has a ton of textures here, so I can't really blame it, you know. And also, FPS is oh so much better than what V4 would have provided me with. Right. Number 1 and 2 seems to be stable. The startup, this yoke seems to be a bit bouncy. It looks like I need to change some of the dead zones.
Unlocking here.
Because I'm hardly pushing back. And I think that's going to annoy the autopilot, so
Tow truck disconnected.
I'm going to change that in a bit. But we'll see. Okay. Number 1 and 2 started up nicely. Generators are on, so AP can go off. Hydraulics to all. Auto, not, well, it doesn't matter if it is on, but just leave it on auto, it's fine. And the packs can come back on like so. Let me go and change the sensitivity there, or dead zone I should say. And we'll do the flight control check. Okay, okay. Seems to be a lot better. Will you please release brakes immediately? I'm just going to ignore GSX there. Right, let's do our flight control check. If you hear the audio that's glitching out there, it's just flight chrono, just resetting the time because I was paused for a bit as I was changing the settings. So full left checked, central, full right checked, central, all the way down, yeah, and all the way up. Awesome. Full left, full right. There we are. That's beautiful. And wait for GSX to get out of the way. And then we will get the taxi lights on, and actually get the TGAS on to TA only, so the autopilot to RTO as well. Get the turn-offs on like that, and yeah, release the parker brake. Let's get taxiing. So just go forward here. Yeah, forward, very nice. Turn. Actually, is there any other term that a pilot would normally use? No. Let's take a left onto to Victor. Wait, left, right, left. Left, right, left, and right. Okay. A bit of a marching pattern there. Let's take a left here. Too much power. Take a right here. And yeah, I did say it's going to load up those winds, so let's go do that now. Send that off. And then take a left. And there we are, we'll taxi down November all the way to runway 10 left. Awesome. Lag spike there. Or stutters. Mini stutters, but it seems to be gone, so that's all good. What I'm interested to see though was when we landed to Heathrow, there used to be like a massive lag spike about 10 feet off the ground, so we'll see if we still get that. I just realised I just need to go and set my trim for our departure, so I'll go and do that once we execute that once we get to the straight bit of the taxiway, which is lined up here. You can get rid of the stat page as well. Awesome. Good lining up, Hugo. Lovely. See, the lighting is very bright. I think if they dim it a tad, I think they're all good. But I love the reflections there. Anyway, let's go set the trim. 6.0. Oh, we're already on 6.0. We don't have to adjust it at all. But we do need to set those flaps to 20. Oh, that's too much. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. I'm going to Toga. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Don't want to stress out the RB211s here. The Rolls Royce beasts. The wing's like slightly lifted there. Little wing flex. Gaining lift. I think it's just wing flex being a bit weird. and just keep it at this speed, around about 30 knots down November will be good. Okay, cinematic mode, and the half of the front of the aircraft's been chopped off. There we go. Looks beautiful. Once again, lighting wise needs to be fixed, but once that's all good. And PBR needs to be updated for the aircraft. It's using 4.5 hotfix 2 PBR, which is a whole lot different in V5. So yeah. I think we can cross this. Is this a runway? It's like a disused runway. Like it used to be one, but not anymore. It's just a taxiway now. Sierra. It looks like that says. Yeah, that's definitely an older runway. Yeah, Sierra, that was called. Right. I'll see you once we get to the bottom of 1-0 left. See you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. Cabin, I've just dinged that they're ready. We're all ready. Here's Zulu on the left. Well, and right, but we'll be taking a left into Zulu. Onto runway 10 left. Just here. There you go. Straight right, 10 left. Yep, we are here. And we'll get out of here. Back to Heathrow. 6 smooth left. Nothing should be landing, so... Well, there isn't anything landing, I can see it on my TCAS. That was a bit too fast to just turning speed, but whatever. Landing lights are on, strobes are on. That's all we need, logo light can stay on. TCAS can go all the way on to RA, only activate once we get in the air. And we'll that aircraft all lined up. Weather radar is now on. And instantly the flight plan does take a left turn, but we'll be flying runway heading for about 1,000 feet. No, we'll do that left turn. So, there we are. Let's begin the timer. Start the timer. Let's say about 50%. That's looking more stable. Toga. And there we are. London Heathrow, here we come. Thrust is set. And S-speed is alive. 80 knots. Keep it in the center line. What I used to be scared of doing is going to wing views and take off in V4. Because sometimes it used to crash my sim. I'm no longer scared of doing that in V5. V1. Rotate. Don't rotate too much. Make sure the aircraft gets off the ground first. Otherwise tail strike will happen. There we are, off the ground. Positive climb. Gear up. There we are. Oh, I thought doing the left hand there. I don't want to do that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Anyway, let's actually activate L heading select here, so then I can actually just look at the flight director a bit easier. There we go. I understand it. Awesome. There's acceleration altitude. I did say until 1,000 feet. We just hit 1,000 feet above. So we can whack on the nav again, and then we'll just double click this waypoint and get the autopilot turned on like so, and then take that left turn towards Ebake, maybe? I don't know. Not too sure how Americans are making us say that, but there we go. The winds are all over the place. I love default weather. Awesome. Flaps 10. Gear can come off like so. It's passing flaps 5 debug speed. And now, so flaps 5. There we go. And let's pass flaps 1 debug speed. Flaps 1. Turn-offs can go off because they're in the gear is up. And then wait for flaps up, debug speed, which is there. Flaps up. Lovely. So we set this heading to our current aircraft heading of 064. 063 now. up to 262 knots, and we'll continue our climb up to our cruise altitude of 350. So 350. Make sure it's going up to that, so it's getting like that. Awesome. I'm just going to zoom out to 160 knots, not miles, sorry. Seems okay. 320 on this side, and we'll zoom out a bit more once we get into the cruise. Well, I will. You'll be watching cinematics of this beautiful Queen. The engines shake, look at that, absolutely beautiful. And the night lighting as well. Orbx night lighting, not black marble. Black marble is not yet compatible. Downtown Chicago. Is that like... I have no idea what's going on over there. I can't make out what that is at all. It looks like an elevation problem, but we're just gonna ignore. We're gonna ignore that. Look on this side. Oh, they're the same over there. I may have just clicked the G button, which brings the gear down. I may have clicked G instead of F. We'll ignore that again. I think it might be a reflection on the water or something, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we've made it out. Bit of turbulence already, lovely. Awesome, awesome. Set the heading again. Once we get to 10,000 feet, we'll set the lights to off. All the lights to off, including the logo light. Hopefully, like, see this lighting's a bit weird on the engine. Hopefully that can get fixed. That looks beautiful. That looks so nice. Awesome. So there we were passing 9,000, sorry, if I could speak. Just saying, actually, the weather radar does nothing because it only talks to Active Sky or some external weather application, not default. There's 10,000, so lights can go up. Like so, not up, off, I mean. There we are. And now we pass 10,000 feet, we can go up to our climb thrust, our speed, sorry, which is 340 knots. And then we'll get back climbing up to 350. So, I hope you guys enjoyed our departure out to Chicago. For those who haven't got V5 yet and wanting to get it, I would recommend getting it right now, or waiting until Active Sky is released, because it seems like Active Sky is definitely in need. But yeah, if you're still hesitant, in terms of my saying, or what, in my words, in my opinion, I would definitely get it. A lot of add-ons are getting free upgrades. FSDreamTeam, Aerosoft, PMDG, I think Quality Wings, I think TFDI, Captain Sim probably as well. Not too sure on that. Scenery as well. A lot of scenery just getting free updates. Same with Chicago, that's V5 compatible. Same with Heathrow with Flying 2, that's been a V5 update as well for that. So if you're hesitant and you want to not buy a lot of money if you've got V4, the only thing you'll be spending will be the new simulator and maybe Active Sky. Maybe Active Sky will be a new product, but because of the new 2 Sky, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching the departure. I'll see you in the arrival, and I hope you enjoy the cinematics and more turbulence. Yay! Hey guys, welcome back into the descent into London Heathrow. London is, well, this is England, not quite London yet, but it's like almost no clouds, just a bit. Lots of visibility, a lot better weather here in England than Chicago, which is interesting. Just past flight level 170, we're currently on the Orbx 1 hotel arrival from runway 09 left, transitioning at Ockham. I do want to go past that transition of Ockham, so I'm going to go to flight level change here and do maximum speed brake like so, and the aircraft is going to descend as fast as possible down to 6,000 feet like so. And what I might do, I might go to this waypoint LLS01 and just take that left turn over here. Actually, looking like that, maybe we don't need our speed brake out, but better to just stick at 6,000 feet than not knowing what's happening. Anyway, lots of fuel. That planning the extra hour of fuel was a good idea, and there we are. Well, anyway, what I want to do is check the init ref page. We are going to be landing with flaps 30, 141 knots, so pretty fast. Gross weight is 244.7 tons. So I'll just enter that into Houston Planner here. Landing flaps 30, all reverse, and auto brake, well, hopefully doing auto brake 1, maybe a bit more. The thing why I want to do more is because we want to land, or park up, sorry, not land on Terminal 5, but park at Terminal 5, 09 left. The touchdown zone is right next to Terminal 5, so I might just do auto brake 2 at the max reverse, something like that, so it's not too harsh on the passengers, but at least we get some shorter of a taxi. So yeah, let's go and do auto brake 2 max reverse. So where's the auto brake? It's down here. Auto brake 2 like so, and then 131. Awesome. We'll keep it in the ref page there. And what I also need to go and do is I'm going to get rid of the speed brake now and let the aircraft just descend at its own rate, because 3,000 feet a minute is pretty high and we don't have the seatbelts on. So right, if we go to the VNAV page and go to the forecast, we'll just put 6,000 in here because that's the transition altitude, so it doesn't moan at us anymore. And the current QNH is actually 1013, exactly the same as Chicago. And not because it's just what the default is in the sim, it literally is because that's what Chicago and Heathrow is right now IRL. They were both 1013, which is the same as standard pressure, so that's nice. I don't think I've ever had a flight where that's happened before. So yeah, we're doing the Cat 1 arrival today, which gives us a Barrow reference. So Barrow minimums of 279. So let's go and set that. So we'll scroll all the way. Too far. Too far. Come on. 279. Oh, gone too far. There we go. I wish I had the scrolling method from the NGXU, where you just literally scroll it and not have to like do something weird. I don't know why it does whatever it does. Anyway, now the lights can come on and the turn offs as well, like so. We've been flying for 7 hours and 21 minutes. IRL, we had probably landed by, well, when I say IRL, I mean if we had the tailwinds we were meant to be having, we would have landed ages ago. Half an hour, maybe more, maybe up to an hour ago, but doesn't matter. Like I said, we planned for that extra hour of fuel. I go back to the init ref page like so, and what I'm going to do is go on a heading set now, just go towards the runway, and actually we're just basically heading north. Just go head north like that, and still go flight level change down to 6,000 feet, but I do want to set this down to 250 knots though. Below 10,000 feet. I know we've gotten way below 10,000 feet, but you know, let's pretend we got special privileges. We are the queen of the skies. Give us a break. So yeah, let's go and slow down like that. Bring out the speed brake just to get us down to that speed first. Obviously I'll skip out. I'll go back to the legs page and just clean this up. In fact, what is that waypoint in front of us? So that's the GW, this one, GW35. Just put the Addons on back on like that. There we go. Awesome. 2,000 feet below the VNAV actually. If I was to turn on the VNAV and just go speed select. Actually no, we'll select 240 and get rid of the T-brake because it's all happy. Let's go and set the altitude for the ILS 2,500. We should be on the ILS by then. Bit of turbulence, you know. Of course there is. Default weather. Can't decide anything, can you? I'll bring this in. That can stay at 40 nautical miles actually. This will come back down to 10 once we get to final approach. Awesome. Missed approach as well is 1,000. No, it's not. It's 3,000. If we have to go around, we'll turn left at a heading of 037. 037. Awesome. I think that's the airport over there. Yeah, I think. I say I think, but who knows. Awesome. Now 6,000 passing, so we'll set 1013. Obviously it doesn't really do anything, because whatever. And nice. I don't think we're actually waiting for the VNAV. The aircraft seems to seems to be keep on descending, not technically waiting for the VNAV to catch up, you could say. Which gives us time to slow down, which is nice, which is a good idea. Because obviously if we're turning at this speed, we're going to overshoot the localizer, which I do not want to do, because that's just, you know, annoying. Anyway, that's where we are. We've got the London buildings, and the oxygen doesn't reach it, obviously, but you know, FPS is good. Right, let's go and slow ourselves down to 210 knots. We'll set flaps 1, like that. That one actually, in fact, slow our descent rate. Set the VNAV to catch up, I guess you say. In fact, we are going down to flaps 1, so we'll go fly at the flaps 1 debug speed, which is the optimized speed for your flap setting, you could say. So we'll go and put that in like so. And the aircraft's obviously decelerating. We're not going to lose any chance of getting on the glide slope because we're already below the VNAV already, which is nice. And also, the runway heading is actually 090 when we get there, so I might as well set it. Actually, no, well, once you get the localizer, I'll just arm it now. It will automatically set the correct heading, so I'll just keep on that current heading. Actually, the current heading is actually 359, not 000. So like that. Awesome. So there's our flaps 1 speed. Looking all good. Lovely approach. I could increase the oxygen distance to even higher, but to be honest with you, that will demolish frame rate. You just say goodbye to FPS. I don't know what it would be like if I did the same thing in prepared version 4. Right, let's go and set flaps 5 debug speed now, 181. Like so. Down we go again. And then we'll keep at this speed for a while actually, because we are going to be doing this speed until, what, 8 nautical miles from the runway. We're currently 13 miles DME right now, so not too long. What I'm going to do is go flight level change. Let the aircraft just descend, please, and also arm this speed brake here. We'll go flight level change down to 2,500, and I'll just go on the current heading select of 045. Right there. Awesome. Actually, a bit. 050 will do. We can get more. Oh, anyway, well, it's got the localizer, so we'll get the approach armed, and we'll go out of flight level change, just go vertical speed here, and just do about 800 feet a minute. Just let that glide slope pop through. I mean, we're going to be holding at 2,500 feet now for a bit, while we wait for the glide slope.
Radio altimeter.
Thank you for letting us know, Mr. Aircraft. Right. Put us up to 3,000. We're just holding at 2,500, and we'll catch the glide slope when that comes through. Awesome. So remember, we're landing 09 left, not 09 right, so we're not going to overshoot this localizer this time round. Well, just we're not going to overshoot the localizer, just end off, which is nice. And there's an aircraft over there. Hopefully there's no ultimate traffic live. Or any AI, I mean, just on the runway. I've maxed out 50 aircraft for UTL, so don't just because that's, I think that's a nice nice setting where you don't get hit by a lot of bad frames, I guess you could say. Anyway, as soon as I get hit with that glide slope, I'm going to reduce the speed down to 160 knots. Actually, no, we're going to set flaps 10 now. And that will just help us slow down to 160 knots once the glide slope comes into play. Which is very soon, I think. Well, I know so. I know so. And there we are. So down to 160 knots now. Just the flat 10 debug speed. And obviously our landing speed will be +5 with the BREF, which is 146 for our approach speed. There we are. Coming to land, and we can notify the cabin that we're about to land, so just ding the no smoking like so. There you go. Cabin should get all ready for the landing. Lovely. Yeah, FPS is not bad at all. Used to be horrendous in prepared version 4. Prepared version 5, it's a landable FPS. Right. Once we get 1500 feet, we'll go and bring the gear down. That is AGL, so above the ground. And we'll do 160 till 4. We'll set 160 knots, in fact. There we go. We'll spin the gear down now. We'll set flaps 20. No auto land. I know. I'm not planning to do an auto land, thank you. But thanks for letting me know, Mr. Aircraft. That's very kind of you. Awesome. So there's 4 miles to go, so 146 into there. Flaps 25, flaps 30. Let the aircraft get all the flaps out. There you go, you can see it all coming out there. Awesome. So, autopilot disconnected.
1,000.
Auto throttle. Let's do full manual landing. I thought I'd double click cheat, but whatever. Oh. Didn't mean to. I didn't do that. I just increased the thrust by itself. It hasn't messed up our landing too much. Oh, there is an aircraft about to line up. Oh, final lag spike. That should be the final lag spike because that's just GS6 jetways loading in. Yes, we're going to turn off auto traffic live. Just for now and turn it back on. Okay, we are back. The sim decided to do a very weird thing. We are back though. So flight time's just gone up a bit more, but whatever. Let's try and continue our approach into London Heathrow. Here we go. So keeping the speed steady. Just a tad above the glide slope, that's okay. We've got plenty runway of length to utilise. Decide continuing. Awesome.
100.
Let's butter this queen.
50. 30. 20. 10.
And touchdown. Bit of a float, but we greased it. Try and get back in the centre line. Max reverse. There we are. Reverse is back in. Don't really need them for much long. Manual braking. Keep it braking. Keep it braking. Slow it down. It's about ground speed, about 10 knots. So there we are. We can vacate right. Lovely, jubbly. Weather radar can go off. T-gas can go off. It's over there. Auto braking disarm to off. Go from disarm to off, sorry. Flight time 7 hours 39 minutes. It would have been about 7 hours 33 minutes, but I might put a clip in, you know, the top left of the screen if I remember to edit the video about what happened. Yeah, something happened. It's definitely because this aircraft is not compatible with V5 yet, but it works kind of. Anyway, let's go clear up. So spoilers in, flaps up. Like so. Sacks it down Alpha to Terminal 5. The strobes can go off as well, and the AP can start up. Like so. Awesome. Reset the barrow. I can't do that in the 7.4, just remembered. So, whatever. Right. Let me go and check the charts to see what stand I want to park up at. I have the stand number in mind. 556. Let's keep on going. All the way, scrolling to 556. There we go. Done. So when we find a left turn onto Charlie, we'll take that left turn, and that will take us to stand 556. We've just got the turn-offs on, don't we? Yep. That's all good. Awesome. We've done off the flight directors as well. Flaps are up now. AP's running. Awesome. I can both go to the menu page now, like so. Yeah, 7 hours, 40-minute flight time, with no tailwind or headwind in the cruise. Not bad. Not bad at all. Lovely. FPS is lovely. Wow. I just can't imagine Heathrow being this smooth with all this AI as well. If I had no AI, and if I had the default, the normal Heathrow Aerosoft jetways, I would definitely be getting at least over 60 FPS. But you know, got the AI, got the high detailed jetways and safe docks and all the other stuff. So yeah, not bad though, not bad at all. So that's Delta. So it looks like we'll be taking the next left. That'll take us onto to Charlie, to 556. Awesome. Turn off the traffic there. Don't need terrain radar on either, or the VORs. I bet you, after this flight, the 747 be taken to the scrap yard, or just for like storage due to all the virus lockdown and everything going on in the real world. But technically, it won't happen. We're in a simulator. I can take this out for another spin. Thank God. I'll take this left. Like so. Overturn that a bit. Whatever. A lovely day in London though. Beautiful. It was nice, sunny. A bit of popcorn clouds every now and then, but not bad at all. Looks beautiful. So yeah. 557. Did I request 566 or 556? I did request 556. It's here. I don't see any ground vehicles, do I? Oh no, there are. There are. Okay, they're just inside the building. I haven't. This is my GSX config, but this is my first one I've done, which is why I've only configured the jetways and the safe docks, and the ground vehicles aren't. I might do an update for that. This GSX config. It looks like it needs one. Oh, there's 3 jetways here. An A380 would typically park here then, but whatever. No harm in doing so, is there? That bit to the left. Keep it left a bit. Using the safe dock to help us in to the stand. Still left, are you sure? Not really. Oh, too far. No, we're not. I probably programmed this for a different aircraft. That's probably the reason. That's the way GSX works. It's kind of annoying, but you know, it's too much engine power, don't want to go that fast. Let's slow it down to a stop. There, on the 747 mark. Awesome. The nose is nicely, almost gently touching the saved gate there. Anyway, parking brake set. AP generator can go on to like so. And we'll get the engines shut down. And the seatbelts can go off straight away as well. Don't request deboarding. I have to reload the sim, didn't I, because of the weird glitch, which hopefully I remembered to show you just after that landing, if I remember to edit that in the video. Yeah, how many people did we have again? 211 plus 48. I think it was 275. Let's see if my memory is good. It is 275. Awesome. And oh wow, let me just see what we need to do here. I think if I just see the doors, if I get the aft jetway to 2 left, and I think we'll just have to be able to get the front. Maybe don't touch the middle jetway. I think the middle jetway going over there will hit the front one, so we'll see how that works. Please set parking brakes. Oh, sorry, I may have just tapped the brakes there a bit. Right, hydraulics can go off. Fuel pumps off, and the cross feeds can go back on. Packs and stay on for now. Beacon light can go off. We can go over to the ground connections, set the chocks, and then we can actually remove the brakes there. Parking brakes, sorry. Ground power and the air conditioning can go on, and we'll get the packs off. IRS is off, and next on the power on. AP go off. Ta-da! Beacon light is already off. That's all good. We're all happy. And there we have it. Let's go and open up the doors. Disarm all. Open, open. Open, open. Right, how good was I into making sure the jetways don't hit each other? Yes, awesome. Nice. Anyway, there we have it. First full flight video in prepared version 5. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We absolutely greased that landing, which is awesome. I will go and catch you in the next video, whatever it will be. Probably not a 747, something else, who knows. But yeah, that is a beautiful aircraft. And I can't wait to fly it again in V5, but you know, I need to keep the different amount of aircraft going. Variety, let's say. Can't keep on flying the Queen. I might get bored. Well, I doubt I'll get bored, but you know, other viewers want other things. So. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this beautiful video. I will see you in the next one, and bye bye for now.